Great to be here. Thanks.
Let's talk about firstly how you get to this price target. I know you've been bullish for a while, but I think it's always helpful to remind everyone the sort of multiple that implies to get to $1,400.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've always viewed Tesla not as an auto company, but as a disruptive technology name. It's all about when they get to scale. So when you look at 2025, 2026 earnings, could they have $25 plus earnings potential? And I think that's just one way to sort of look at it. I also view some of the parts. When we look at China alone, I think China could be worth 400, even in a real bull case, $500 per share. And right now, this part of green tidal wave, we're really starting to see an inflection in 2022. And I think right now it's really sort of the next step of this Tesla growth story playing out.
So I didn't hear in that what the actual multiple is or which year's earnings you're basing it off. Maybe you can tell us that. But more importantly, why do you think it holds that premium multiple for another year or another 5 years when at least this year there's been a bit of flirtation with profit taking, a bit of a shift in quite how bullishly people value this company?
No doubt. And look, for Tesla, the haters are going to continue to hate. But when you start to look out for disruptive technology stocks that you could put call it 45, 50 multiple on what I view as $30 of earnings, and ultimately that could be even stronger as we get into the next few years, then you look at a base case 1,400, bull case 18. Because right now, in terms of EVs, if you look at unit growth, I think unit growth next year accelerates. We could see 55, 60% plus. Then you start to look at battery technology. And I think, well, this is the key. You look at that gross margin profile continues to expand significantly. Now the profitability picture starts to come into hold. That's always sort of been the sort of 1-2 punch. And I think now we really see that play out over the coming years.
What about China, Dan? What if they fail to really penetrate that market as Musk has planned to and as investors had hoped, which is really the growth opportunity? There's been some challenges.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, and if you look at earlier this year, between the PR issues, the safety issues, as well as just from a chip perspective, China started off pretty dark in terms of what we saw earlier this year. But now you're starting to see that strength accelerate into the rest of this year. And I think in 2022, you could be looking at a 50K per month run rate. But ultimately, I mean, Sarah, as you highlight, that really is the fork in the road. I mean, if China, anytime there's some white knuckles around China, that's clearly an overhang on Tesla stock. But the supply and demand story in China, that's a linchpin to our bull thesis. And I think by next year, 2022, you could have 40 to 50% of deliveries coming out of China. And just importantly, the profitability in China is dramatically more than what we're seeing in the U.S. And now you put Austin, in terms of that factory build out, as well as Berlin. I think this really starts to be not just the golden age of EVs, but, for Musk and Tesla as we go into next year.